Hello and welcome to Eternal Awakening. Here, every word is an invitation for your soul to awaken and see beyond what human eyes can perceive. If this message resonates with you, I kindly ask you to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because together we will walk a path of consciousness, spirituality, and transformation. Have you ever wondered why certain people simply vanish from your life? It is not an accident. The universe does not make mistakes. It removes to protect. It takes away to transform. At first, the loss feels like a wound that will never heal. You replay the memories, you question the silence, and deep inside, you may even blame yourself. But there is a deeper law at work in ancient wisdom that guides the unfolding of your journey. The universe knows the connections that nurture your soul, and it knows the ones that silently poison your spirit. Sometimes, what looks like rejection is actually divine redirection. That friendship that ended, that partner who left, that person who betrayed you, they were not meant to stay in the next chapter of your destiny. The universe saw what you could not. It removed what was blocking your path, even if your heart wasn't ready to let go. Think about the seasons of nature. No matter how much the tree loves its leaves, autumn will still come. The wind will pull away what no longer belongs, and the tree must stand bare, exposed and vulnerable. But it is not death, it is preparation, because without the shedding, there is no spring. Without endings, there is no renewal. Your soul follows the same law. People fall away not because you are unworthy, but because your spirit is preparing for a new bloom. The relationships that left were never meant to grow with you into your next season. And yet, we resist. We cling to the familiar. We beg the universe to bring them back. We cry to the sky, "Why did you take them away from me?" But the real question is, what is being born in the space they left behind? The universe removes people to protect your destiny. Some would have destroyed your peace. Some would have drained your energy. Some would have blinded you to the path you were meant to walk. So the universe intervened. It whispered, "No more," and gently, sometimes painfully, pulled them out of your orbit. You see, not every soul that enters your life is meant to stay. Some are teachers, some are mirrors. Some are storms that break you open so you can rebuild stronger. And once their purpose is complete, they must leave. Clinging to them would only chain you to a season that has already ended. The people who remain in your life are not there by chance. They are the ones whose souls resonate with your vibration, and the ones who leave, they were only visitors. They came to awaken something in you, and once that spark was lit, their role was finished. When someone vanishes, you may feel abandoned. But spiritually, it is the opposite. You are being embraced by divine order. You are being held by the hands of the universe, who saw the road ahead and knew you could not walk it with them by your side. Think of the times you begged for someone to stay, only to realize years later how toxic they truly were. Think of the people you thought you could never live without. And yet here you are, still breathing, still moving, stronger than before. The universe knew all along. It knew that their absence would hurt, but it also knew that their presence would hurt even more. This is the mystery of divine protection. You rarely recognize it while it happens. It feels like loss, betrayal, or rejection. But later, when you look back, you see it clearly. What you thought was punishment was actually mercy. What you thought was abandonment was actually salvation. Let your heart absorb this. The universe removes people for a reason. Every departure is an act of alignment. Every ending is the beginning of a higher chapter. Every absence creates sacred space for something greater to enter. So do not curse the goodbye. Do not resist the removal. Instead, whisper in your heart, "Thank you, universe, for protecting me from what I could not see." Because life is not about who stays forever. Life is about who arrives in the right season and who leaves when their purpose is complete. And through it all, you are never truly alone. The universe is weaving connections and beginnings in perfect harmony, guiding you back to yourself and to the destiny that was always meant to be yours. Before the universe removes someone, it always whispers first. Rarely does a soul disappear without warning. There are signals, subtle, quiet, almost imperceptibly, like the gentle shift in the wind before a storm. You may notice conversations that once flowed like rivers now feel forced and shallow. You may sense silence growing where there used to be laughter. Or perhaps you feel a weight in your chest, a quiet knowing that something is breaking, even though nothing has been spoken yet. These are not coincidences. They are signs, signals from the universe preparing you for release. The first sign is emotional distance. They are present in body, but their spirit has already begun to drift. You feel them pulling away, not because you did something wrong, but because their time in your story is ending. The universe gently detaches their energy from yours, so the separation does not shatter you all at once. The second sign is disharmony. Where there was once alignment, there is now friction. Conversations spark arguments, plans collapse, intentions clash. This is not to punish you, but to show you that the vibration is no longer the same. Two souls can only walk together when their energies resonate. When they do not, separation becomes inevitable. The third sign is repetition of cycles. You may notice the same conflicts repeating, the same wounds reopening, the same patterns circling back. It is as if life is saying, pay attention. This chapter has been read. It is time to turn the page. But here lies the struggle. Most people ignore these signs. We cling to the familiar, even when it suffocates us. We silence the whispers of the universe, convincing ourselves that things will return to how they once were. We mistake endings for pauses, and in doing so, we prolong our suffering. Understand this truth. The universe never removes without warning, but it will not shout. It will whisper through intuition, through dreams, through discomfort. If you ignore the whispers, the universe will speak louder through conflict, betrayal, or sudden endings. And if you still resist, it will tear away what you refuse to release, because your destiny cannot be delayed forever. Think of the moments in your life when you knew deep down that a relationship was fading, yet you held on. The signs were there, their absence in your presence, the shift in their words, the heaviness in your own spirit. But you resisted, and so the universe had to intervene. When the breakup came, when the friendship ended, when the silence became permanent, you called it cruel. But looking back, can you see? The signs were there all along. The universe was not being cruel, it was being consistent. Endings are never sudden. They are always seeded in the unseen. Energy detaches before bodies separate. The soul leaves before the person walks away. And your intuition, that sacred voice within you, always knows first. This is why it is so important to trust your inner voice. When you feel a shift, when you sense a change, do not dismiss it. Your soul is perceiving what your mind is not ready to accept, and the universe is already preparing you for the removal. But here is the hidden blessing. Every sign is not only a warning of loss, but also a promise of renewal. The universe never closes a door without opening another. When someone is leaving, it means new energy is approaching. When a connection fades, it means your spirit is being aligned with relationships that reflect your growth, not your past. Think of it like a garden. If weeds grow too close to the flower, they drain its life. The gardener must remove them, even if the flower does not understand. To the flower, it feels like loss, but in truth, it is liberation. Now it has space to breathe, to rise, to bloom. So it is with you. The universe is the gardener. It sees what is choking your light, and it removes not to hurt you, but to free you. In these moments, your role is not to resist, but to trust. To allow the endings to unfold, knowing that every removal is sacred, every loss is protection, and every goodbye is making space for destiny. Remember this, the universe does not waste. If it takes, it is because it must. If it removes, it is because your path demands it. And if it whispers that someone's chapter is ending, it is only because a new story, a brighter story, is waiting to begin. When someone leaves your life, the first thing you feel is emptiness. A silence that echoes louder than any noise. The chair they once sat in seems heavier. The absence in their voice feels unbearable. Your mind screams, "Why would the universe take this away from me?" But the truth is this: every absence is sacred space, space that must be emptied before something greater can enter. The universe cannot fill a vessel that is already overflowing. It must clear out the old to make way for the destined. Spiritually, every removal is an act of alignment. The universe removes not only to protect you, but to position you, to move you from where you are to where you are meant to be. You may not see it now, but look back on your life. How many times did you cry over someone who left, only to later realize that their departure opened the door to something better? How many times did you think a goodbye was the end, only to find out it was the beginning of a higher chapter? What feels like loss is often promotion. What feels like abandonment is divine preparation. The universe never subtracts without adding in a different form. A soul may be removed from your life because their energy is too small for the future you are walking into. Their vision cannot handle your destiny. Their presence would only shrink what you are becoming. So the universe, in its wisdom, gently closes that chapter, even if you still long to read it again. It hurts, yes, but pain is the shadow of transformation. And behind that pain lies the hidden blessing. You are being freed to meet the souls who truly belong in your path. These are the souls who will not compete with your light, but protect it. The souls who will not drain your energy, but multiply it. The souls who will not hold you back, but walk beside you as equals, hand in hand, spirit to spirit. But they cannot arrive while you cling to what was. They cannot enter a heart still chained to what has already ended. This is why the universe removes. It is not to leave you alone, it is to prepare you for alignment. Think of a house being renovated. Before the new furniture arrives, the old must be taken out. It may look empty for a while, even lifeless. But that emptiness is necessary, because without it, there is no space for renewal. So it is with your soul. The universe clears the room of your heart, so it can bring in the people who truly belong. Every person who leaves is making room for those who are meant to stay. Every ending is opening the door for a beginning that carries more love, more truth, more alignment with who you really are. Do not fear the silence. Do not curse the empty chair. For even now, the universe is weaving the threads of connection, guiding the right souls toward you, and preparing divine appointments you cannot yet see. So, instead of asking, "Why did they leave me?" begin to ask, "What is the universe making room for?" Instead of clinging to the past, whisper to yourself, "I trust the alignment. I trust the removal. I trust the promise hidden in this loss." No person who was meant for your journey will ever be removed. Those who are aligned with your destiny will remain, and those who are gone, they were never truly yours. They belonged to a chapter, not to the entire story. The universe removes to align. It clears to prepare. It takes away so that something greater, purer, and more eternal can be given to you. So bless the ones who left. Release them with love. For their absence is not the end of your story, is the beginning of your becoming. Every story has an ending, but not every ending is a tragedy. Sometimes it is a hidden blessing wearing the mask of pain. Sometimes it is the universe saying, "You deserve more than this. You deserve what aligns with your soul." Look back at your life. The universe has already proven this to you many times. There were people you thought you could not live without, yet today you breathe without them. There were relationships you begged to keep, and yet their absence made you stronger, freer, more aligned. The removal was painful, yes, but it was not the end. It was a doorway. What is truly yours can never be taken away. If the universe removes someone, it is only because they were never truly part of your eternal journey. They were a page, not the whole book. A lesson, not the final destination. So why do you still cry over closed doors? Why do you beg for what has already been released? Do you not see? The universe does not take without reason. Every ending is a beginning. Every loss is an opening. Every goodbye is the seed of a greater hello. The people who are meant to stay will stay. Not because you forced them, not because you begged them, but because their soul resonates with yours. You do not need to fight for alignment. What is aligned will remain. What is not aligned will fade. So trust the rhythm, trust the cycles, trust the mysterious, invisible hand that removes, replaces, and realigns. Because the universe is not against you, it is for you, always. And yes, sometimes it feels cruel. Sometimes it feels like punishment. But later, when the storm has passed and the light returns, you will see the truth with clarity. You will look back and whisper, "Thank you, universe. Thank you for removing what I could not let go of. Thank you for protecting me from what I could not see." So let go, release the chains of regret. Bless the ones who left, for they fulfilled their purpose. And open your arms wide, because something greater is coming. Something aligned, something destined. The universe removes people for a reason. Not to leave you broken, but to make you whole. Not to leave you empty, but to prepare you for abundance. Not to punish you, but to align you with your divine path. So, when someone leaves, do not resist. Whisper instead, "I trust, I surrender, I am ready for what comes next." And watch as the universe, faithful and precise, brings into your life the souls, the opportunities, and the blessings that were always meant to find you. If this message has touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe to Eternal Awakening. Here, every word is a doorway for your soul. Every video is a mirror for your spirit. And every teaching is a step closer to awakening. Leave a like. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the universe removes people for a reason, but it never removes without love. Trust the process. Your story is only beginning.